Okay, welcome back. And we have quite an interesting discussion here. Feisha Alayande is the Executive Secretary for LSETF, which is the Lagos State Employment Trust Fund. Now, she's responsible for leading the executive management team to deliver on its strategic objectives. And we're here to talk about all things leather. There is the Lagos Leather Fair, right? That's it.
Correct. LLF.
And then LSETF is partnering with to bring us LLF, right?
Fantastic.
It's great to have you, Feisha. You're welcome.
Yes, fantastic.
All
Thank
right,
you so much for having me. Nice
it's
to
a
meet
pleasure.
you.
It's a pleasure.
And good morning, Lagos.
Yeah, good morning, Lagos. So let's talk about LSETF and the partnership with the Lagos Leather Fair. What is it all about?
Well, thank you for that question. So LSETF, as a starting point, our role is to support and enable MSMEs in the ecosystem. And this year in particular, creative is one ecosystem that want to support a bit better.
Okay.
So when the opportunity came up with LLF and Miss Femi Olaibe of Femi Handbags, we thought, why not? Let's even understand what the creative sector need. Okay. So the fair tomorrow and on Sunday, it's basically to bring together anyone in the leather ecosystem and anyone in Lagos and Africa and Nigeria as a whole, to just get people realizing that the creative sector is one that's very prominent, whether you're on the buying side of leather, if you wear leather goods, or you're a seller, an entrepreneur, a financier, anyone in that space can come together on this day.
Yeah, a lot of they've come at Africans for misusing leather. We eat our leather, Bomo.
Apparently.
You know, so everybody's involved. If you're not wearing leather, you are definitely eating leather one way or the other. But you know, it's wonderful that you're supporting leather. How is the ecosystem when it comes to the leather in you know, right here in Africa? Is it thriving?
Yes.
Is it thriving? You know, for you to decide to want to support it, is this something that you're looking at taking out to the frontiers? Are we looking at exporting our leather? What is the plan with this fair?
Very, very good question. So when we spoke to Ms. Femi Olaibe and her team, they basically helped us realize that they put the charge and put together LLF to support everyone in the leather ecosystem beyond even their own brand, which is very commendable. So I must commend her and her team for doing this so far. I was invited last year. My commissioner was there as well, Commissioner Ajigwatafe for Wealth Creation, which is the parent ministry of my ministry. And it was very clear that both the public side and the private side had to come together to actually make sure that there is good creative products that are coming out of Nigeria, and those same products can be sold anywhere else in the world.
Exactly.
Femi handbags, for example, my mom has one of the handbags, and she bought it while she was out there in London. So it's very interesting that people actually now seeing that you can get good products out of Lagos, out of Nigeria, into the ecosystem abroad. And that's the message for anyone that wants to come tomorrow and Sunday, and I think there's a showing today as well, to realize that you can still register, lagosleatherfair.com, you can still register to actually be a part of this ecosystem, whether you want to buy a piece of leather or you want to sell a piece of leather, or you just want to understand more. Another thing I know that's very prominent for them this year is they're looking at solutions, and that's something we're big on at LSETF. It's not just about identifying problems, I need. What are the solutions you're bringing to the table? So there are going to be master classes, advisory sessions. You might have a teenager or youth that wants to understand, what do I do with leather? Get them to come, because they can actually hear firsthand from people that have gone ahead of them, and it would encourage them to be a part of the ecosystem. So that's part of what we're doing. And also at LSETF, we actually support the ecosystem in terms of providing access to finance, access to market, access to infrastructure, access to training and capacity building. So we're going to bring all of that and more at this fair. Just get people to understand.
Running the business.
Because
if you give them money, or if you give access to money, and you give access to training, you know, and then even access to markets, they can just wonderful.
So it's the entire ecosystem, making sure that no MSME in the creative space and now the leather space has to be alone. They can actually get that support they need to set them up for success.
I love what you're doing. Someone has said that, look, if a country and economy is going to be strong, it's the MSMEs and SMEs. That's where the power is. It's not in the big ones or the unicorns and all of that. It's those small businesses. You mentioned something
70%, without a doubt.
You made mention of registration. Do I have to? Does anyone have to register to be a part of this?
Yes, you do. And I wanted to make sure I've got it correctly.
Okay, please, you can check to verify.
Please bear with me, because I want to make sure
that's okay, so that people get the right information.
Opportunity. Yes,
wonderful,
so it's lagosleatherfair.com.
Okay,
the lagosleatherfair.com.
lagosleatherfair.com. All right.
And you can
So
get there for details.
All right. I have to register to be to get in. If I don't register, I wouldn't get in.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, but that's what it's
But
free.
that's what it's free.
That's what it is.
You have to register either whether you want to sell or you want to buy or you just want to listen to the masterclasses like you mentioned.
Understand, or network. Understand what do I need to do to get in that space.
Wonderful.
And I'm really speaking to the youth in particular and the creative. People keep saying, oh, they don't care about the creative. That's not true. We're here to support the creative, so don't miss this opportunity to be a part of it. And I also want to speak, if you don't mind, to the commercial banks, the financiers. Everyone keeps saying that we want to support the creative. This is an avenue for you to support. So please, if there's an opportunity still today, tomorrow, please reach out to the team at the Leather Fair LLF or Femi Handbags and just encourage them to see how do we support this movement, because this is not for them alone, it's for the whole of Lagos. We must tell our stories through the mouths and eyes of these experts and MSMEs in the leather space and let them realize that Nigeria is ready to move, and we can do that at the LLF this weekend.
I like this. This is mind-blowing. You know, where's the venue for this? Just for those.
Balmoral.
Okay. Okay, but if you register, you'll definitely get all the information there. And you made mention of tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday.
Absolutely.
The master classes, people can just go and get to learn and all of that.
Yes.
You see, so
Balmoral Event Center.
Okay, so for people now, you're saying that it's even open for people who have no prior knowledge of anything leather and would just want to plug themselves into that leather ecosystem. Exactly. They can come there and just be a part of it, right?
Be part of it, absolutely. That's
wonderful. Wonderful. That's it. And as LSETF, you mentioned that partnership. Is it only leather for now? This is what you are doing, but you encourage all MSMEs.
All MSMEs.
How does one take advantage of what you do?
So thank you for that question. So LSETF, we were set up in 2016, right? And we were set up by law, by the government, to intervene to support the MSME ecosystem. So we're actually going to be 10 years next year. Okay. And so far, we've actually been able to create over 250,000 jobs. We've supported over 200,000 plus businesses. And we basically ensure that those interventions we do is available to anyone that's resident in Lagos. So starting point is making sure you get your LASER ID that actually confirms you're resident in Lagos.
Resident in Lagos, okay.
And you can actually go on our website, lsctf.ng, or follow our social media handles and find out all this information on there. We give access to loans from 50,000 naira to 5 million naira at single digits. Literally 9%.
Digits interest.
Yeah, interest rate.
Not more than 10, not up to 10.
Not up to 10,
maximum
exactly.
9,
So
that's what you're saying.
0.75 a month. So you wouldn't find it cheaper anywhere else. But we say to Lagosians is, when you get these loans, make sure you pay them back. But like to your question, it's sector agnostic, provided you're a thriving MSME that is creating something, solving a problem, wants to do a business, you're qualified to apply for the loan.
Now, you made mention of training. How about after the business has started, do you have some sort of support system or maybe follow-up and all of that to ensure? Tell us about that.
Thank you so much for that. So we actually have a business support program, which is a program that we run hand in hand with partners as well. And we have a thriving volunteer network that plugs into that. And I always say to entrepreneurs, not all their problems are finances. Some of them is, how do I structure my business? How do I scale?
I don't think that structure and scaling is even more important than the finances.
How do I hire the right people? How do I digitize my business? So all of these fall under our business support program, where we have masterclasses, advisory sessions, and we actually help people understand that we can hold your hand. I need to hold your hand. Yes, we can hold your hand.
Wonderful.
We can put you in touch with that right mentor and set you up for success. So that's one thing that comes on our business support programs. We actually had an MSME boot camp in Ekpe yesterday. And the next one, we have about 130, my team tell me, that have signed up already for the next boot camp. People are asking for help. People are asking for support. So it's not just access to finance that's an issue. It's access to capacity building, access to training, and making sure they have the right tools to get their business from that idea to the next idea that brings up new business.
How is it?
And then they hire new people. I keep saying that when we support one entrepreneur, they hire 2-3 people. We saw that in our monitoring and evaluation last year. And we now know that giving that person a loan, they get to hire more people, and we reduce the unemployment rate in Lagos State. So it's one big cycle and one big ecosystem we're supporting.
How is it that you are so passionate? Let me, if you don't mind, this is for
I like
you
that word,
now,
passionate.
Feishayo. As a person, how did you get so passionate about entrepreneurs this way? What was it? What was that thing?
I know.
Or what is that thing?
I know. Can I give a shout out to my A team? So
okay, please
my team at LSCTF, my passionate A team, shout out to you guys. Those guys keep me going every day. But to your question, honestly, I'm somebody that likes to solve problems. I'm an empath. So as I'm speaking to you now, I'm already thinking, oh, what problems do you have? So naturally,
Structure
that's
is
what drives
okay.
me.
For me, finance now.
Naturally, that's
just
what
kidding.
drives me, to help
Yeah.
you understand that we can work together to solve your problem. I'm not an expert in terms of I know it all, but every day I'm learning. Every day I'm speaking to different types of people in Lagos State, finding those that have the funding, finding those that have the solutions, and bringing them to our beneficiaries, anyone that reaches out to LSCTF. So what drives me every day, like you said, is the passion, but ultimately is the zeal to find problems to everyday solutions, and making sure that the average Lagosian at least have a seat at the table.
You know, you're a square peg in a square hole, and if we had more people like this in different aspects, I mean, you know, we have some appointments, we have some people appointed into some places and they don't have any understanding or even passion for that thing.
Have you given them a chance? Don't say that. I keep saying to people, give them a chance. I've met so many amazing people working in the public sector, and I'm like, oh my goodness.
Maybe a little bit higher pay, you know. Honestly, what I'm saying, but I would want to say,
my colleagues are working really hard.
Oh, no, if you are.
Yes, we are.
From what I see around you, anybody that's around you, you definitely know what they have to do there, and they'll be as passionate as you are. Well done, Faisha.
Thank you very much.
Keep doing what you're doing. More grease to your elbows, and keep supporting SMEs and MSMEs as you have been doing.
Thank you very much. With the right partners, we can do it, and that's why partnering with Femi Handbags and LLF this weekend is one sure way to go in terms of making sure the creative ecosystem is not left behind. And by God's grace, we'll all thrive in Lagos State.
Well done.
Thank you so much.
All right. Okay. That has been quite
me.
an intriguing and interesting discussion. We'll take a time out now. Stay with us. The first lap is done. The second lap coming right up after this time out.